Assalamualaikum. Hello my friend. My name Muhammad Anas bin Syabudi.
And my name is Hasif Nur Aimiza bin Kamal Zaman. Today we will be discussing and summarizing this animated short film In the Shadow of the Cypress 2023, directed by Hossein Molayemi and Shirin Sohani. This film tells a deeply emotional story about a former sea captain who lived in isolation with his daughter in a small, wetted house by the coast. On the surface, their life appears quiet and simple, but underneath, there is a strong emotional distance between them. Although they live together as family, their relationship is cool, silent, and filled with unspoken tension. The main cause of this emotional separation is the father's severe psychological trauma. It is strongly implied that he suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD due to painful experience from his past, possibly related to his time at sea or other life-altering events. Because of this trauma, is often mentally absent, trapped in his own memories, and unable to fully connect with reality or with his daughter. Throughout the film, we can observe how the father behaves in a withdrawn and unstable manner. He appears disconnected from his surroundings, and even when he is physically present, he is emotionally distant. His internal struggles are reflected through his expression, body language, and sudden emotional shift. This creates a sense of fear and uncertainty within the home.
So, at the same time, the daughter plays an important role in showing the emotional impact of living with someone who is traumatized. She lives a very careful and quiet life, constantly adapting to her father's mood change. She rarely speaks, and her actions show that she is always cautious not to trigger any emotional breakdown from him. This highlights how trauma does not only affect the individual, but also the people closest to them. From a cinematic point of view, the film use several techniques to strengthen its emotional impact. The use of silence is very important, as there is minimal dialogue throughout the film. The silence reflect the emotional gap between the characters. In addition, the sound design is very subtitle and atmospheric, which is enhance the feeling of loneliness and emotional emptiness. The film also used tight framing and restrict camera angles, especially when focusing on the father. This visual choice makes the audience feel the psychological pressure he is experiencing, as if he is trapped within his own mind, which is the isolated coastal setting further emphasizes the themes of loneliness and emotional confinement. As the story progresses, an unexpected external event occurs, forcing the father to confront his situation. This moment becomes a turning point, which is he is challenged to either continue being consumed by his trauma or take a step toward change. It represents the possibility of emotional recovery if it is difficult and uncertain. So, for another important theme in this film is secondary trauma. This refers to the emotional impact experienced by family members who live with or care of someone suffering from severe psychological distress. And the last one, in this case, the daughter become a silent victim of her father trauma, carrying emotional stress despite not directly experience the original traumatic events. So, in conclusion, In the Shadow of the Cypress is not just a simple story about a father and daughter living by the sea. It is a powerful exploration of psychological trauma, emotional isolation, and the long-lasting effects of mental health struggle on family relationship.
The film shows how trauma can trap a person in the past while also affecting the people who love them. Overall, it is a deeply emotional and symbolic film that highlights the importance of understanding mental health and the silent suffering that many individuals and families go through. Thank you.
So that's all for us. Thank you.